Hello, my name is David Ades. I'm a certified professional life coach, specializing in the recovery from narcissistic abuse. Today's video is about depression and narcissistic abuse, some of the obstacles you have to tackle. So you're going to have to get a little aggressive. Where's your game face? Some of the obstacles you have to tackle in order to free yourself from the swamp of pain that depression is a representative of. The presence of depression indicates that somewhere in the psyche, somewhere in the body, somewhere off from this conscious sense of self exists a swamp of unprocessed hurt, a swamp of unprocessed loss. Somewhere off from this conscious sense of self, you can sense the depression, but you can't put your finger on the root of it because it's not here. The root of it is not here. The symptom is here, depression. But what's causing the depression, you don't have direct conscious access to, which is why you can't just decide to not be depressed. So what this video is actually going to be about is getting in touch with the root of the depression, which is this swamp of unprocessed pain, unprocessed loss. The reason for the presence of depression is because it is depressing for a personality not only to contain a swamp of pain somewhere, that's enough reason for the personality to feel depressed, but it's also that, imagine in the same way that when your body has a wound and there's an immunoresponse, and your body has to send energy to the wound and it's preoccupied, so the rest of you is, you're a little more tired or so on and so forth. This is the same way for this psychological wound, this emotional wound. Meaningful portions of your vital energy, meaningful portions of your personal energy are being drawn to address some psychological wound under the surface. And for a personality to be functioning without its full vital energies, because again, some of them are preoccupied with the wound, that's depressing. Life is weird. Reality is complicated. You need all of your troops rallied to be able to face reality and live your best life. If meaningful portions of you are preoccupied in another room, but it's really like in another realm, addressing some wound, then life takes on this, it's more difficult, I'm more easily discouraged, I have less energy, I have less wherewithal, like I can't pierce through the fog, I can't get up and say, yeah, I'm ready, because it's like I'm not ready. It's like I'm not at the ready. Some of the troops of my psyche aren't at the ready. They're busy fighting some pain that I don't even know. Why can't they come back? Which is the kind of dilemma here. These portions of your vital energy want to, try to come back so that all together you can live your best life, kind of, vie for your own survival. But they're caught dealing with pain that won't let go of them. It's like parts of yourself are saying, hey, yeah, I'll come back and we'll live our best life. Let me shake this shame off. Oh wait, there's a lot here and it won't let me go. What the heck? I might be stuck down here for a while. Are you going to be okay without me? And you're on the surface like, yeah, I guess so. It's kind of depressing. Not only to deal with shame under the surface, but that part of me is caught up with pain. That's kind of depressing. I don't have all of me here. I'm kind of alone in regards to myself. It's like parts of your energy are saying, hey, I'll get back to you. Let me just process this loss. Let me just absorb the meaning or process, the kind of meaninglessness that the loss inflicted upon me. Oh, wait, this loss is really heavy and I don't know what to do with it. It won't be processed. I'm going to have to stay down here and tend to this wound for a while. Hey, you going to be okay up there? And the more under the surface pain there is, the more parts of yourself are preoccupied under the surface, leaving, not so much of you left to deal with reality. And this is a depressing state of affairs for so many reasons, as you are very well able to intuit. To be kind of alone against reality while parts of yourself are hurting. So how do you get the parts of yourself that are kind of trapped in pain? Swamp of pain is a very good metaphor, because the pain is this muck that parts of yourself can't get off so that they can get back to you. How do you get these parts of you out of the pain? And the answer is in the problem, meaning the reason that the pain is under the surface, the reason that the pain is not, like, you can't just point your finger at it consciously and say, oh, I'm going to decide that doesn't bother me anymore. The reason that it is off from your conscious sense of self, the reason, in other words, your psyche made the defensive maneuver of splitting it off along with parts of yourself. It was a defensive maneuver. That pain that's under the surface, when it happened, that loss, when it happened, was overwhelming for the integrity of the personality. So your psyche said, whoa, this is too much. I'm gonna repress. This is what repression is. I'm going to repress this pain. Yes, I have to sacrifice some vital energy. Yes, I have to sacrifice some well-being and proper functioning, but at least the whole structure of the psyche won't be compromised. It's like if some impending doom were coming your way and you could just sacrifice an arm to save, the rest of you. That's what this is like. Well, now you have to function without an arm, but it's better than not being alive at all. So says your psyche. Your psyche says, put this away. It's better that we survive than lose our sanity. If without a repression, this would overwhelm the personality. So we might have to live with depression for a little while as we as we fortify the personality so that the pain that was overwhelming to the personality before now isn't overwhelming anymore. So now it can be processed, which necessitates that it comes into consciousness. The pain that's under the surface needs to break through into the conscious sense of self, and the way that it does this is through a kind of two-way street of you on the surface fortifying yourself, getting support, improving your relationship with yourself, managing stress, so that the personality would be able to process some of the formerly overwhelming wound. You need more strength in your true self. You need to grow, in other words. You might face some fears, you might connect with some people, you might share your experience, you might spend more time doing less and tending to yourself. Some combination of stepping up to challenge in order to grow, facing your fears. And on the other hand, I was saying stepping up to face a challenge, or stepping down, stepping back, relaxing. Like maybe let the pain speak if it will. You can try some creative art in an attempt to let your pain inform some expression. You're trying to welcome the pain to the surface because within the pain are the parts of yourself that the rest of your personality is missing. Within the pain are the vital energies that the rest of the personality needs to live its best life. So I was saying it's a two-way street of preparing the grounds, fertilizing the grounds of your conscious personality so that the pain can rise up because your personality is now strong enough to cope with it. And that happens through, some of the ways that I mentioned before. So human growth and development. On one hand, a very ambiguous and vague thing, so difficult to specify how you would do it. On the other hand, a very daily, moment-to-moment, weekly thing that you are constantly presented with the opportunity for. The other side of the street is try going to the pain. The first one is try to welcome the pain here. The other one is try going to find the pain. What is the pain like? Where is the pain? When does it show up? What effect does it have? Who, what, when, where, why? Both of these, in this two-way street, amount to forming a conscious relationship with your own pain. The only caveat I would put here is make sure you're not adding more pain to yourself in an attempt to connect with your pain. A very commonplace alpha guru motivational speaker thing nowadays, go hurt yourself in some way, call it self-discipline, and that's how you'll connect with your pain. It's like, yes, or that's how you'll just add more pain to the system, make it even harder. Compromise your relationship with yourself even further by mistreating yourself. This is about connecting with pain that's already there and needs you so badly to connect. And the way that the relationship with the self works, it's always on you to extend the olive branch. It is always on you to extend the olive branch. Your relationship with yourself is like looking in a mirror, and sometimes we wait for the reflection in the mirror to reach out to us, and we say, why won't you reach out to me, and why do I have to do it alone, and I don't know how to do it, and where do I do it, and why do I have to do it? It's always a further conscious effort on your part. And it's on one hand, like you face the fear, for example, or you slow down, and then you realize that it was right there the whole time. All you had to do was face a little fear, slow down a little more. You were devaluing yourself. You were undercutting yourself. You're stronger than you thought. It's a matter of that, or it's a matter of going to face the fear or the challenge, or going to slow down. And in order to slow down, in order to meet the challenge, and sometimes slowing down is a challenge, your psyche has to call upon the energies that are caught in the pain. And then it's time to process. I could say it's kind of always time to process, but you've got to get the pain to come out, or you've got to go to the pain so that something can be processed. Kind of a psychological dilemma. It's like, well, how do I process pain? What does that mean? Well, it's because it's not, if the pain were here on the island of your conscious sense of self, you'd be able to just say like, okay, I process it. But it's below the surface. It needs to come into consciousness to be processed. That's kind of what it means for something to be processed, that it is revealed to the light of consciousness, separate from awareness. But I'm going to end this video here, maybe pick up on some of these topics later. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions about these topics in the comments below. That might help me, think of another video or come up with some ideas. Like this video if you do like it. Comment your thoughts and questions. I usually say that after. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more. Click the first link in the description to schedule a coaching call with me. Click the second link to take a free narcissistic abuse recovery quiz. Thank you. I wish you bravery on your journey, and I'll talk to you soon.